Welcome to Talking Tuesdays. I'm Matt Hoffman, Chief Negotiator for Chapter 66, NTEU. I wanted to talk to you guys about a subject that gets brought up to me quite often. So the subject I want to talk to you about is what warrants a negotiation? What has to happen for a negotiation to take place? So I've compiled a list of certain things that have to take place for us to qualify for a negotiation to take place. I wanted to cover a couple of those with you today. There's some in here that I think would apply rarely, so I wanted to cover the ones that I think more apply to us on a daily. And starting with it, I wanted to talk to you about your workstation. Changes to work surfaces, seatings, and storage, those apply to have negotiations applied. We have the opportunity to request negotiating on that. If a more than de minimis change occurs, de minimis just implies that it's a minimal effect, so it has barely any impact. But that can be to your CJE standards, performance expectations. They should provide an opportunity to bargain over the impact and implementation, and a lot of times that's what you're going to hear. We call it sometimes I&I. It's impact and implementation. It's how it's being impacted to the employees and how it's being implemented to the employees. Then we have changes in the quality and efficiency ranges. If they're changing that stuff, that can open up negotiations also. Reassignment, realignments, whether it's voluntarily offered, we can ask to negotiate over that I&I again, the impact and implementation, or even if it's a directed reassignment, realignment. Now, granted, if it's directed, I do believe, as my notes state, it goes to national negotiations. Another thing that might keep in mind, changes in the workload. It could include negative impact on employee appraisals or the possibility of discipline. So these are things that we can ask to negotiate over. So if they're changing things in the workload, another thing, building location and specifications. Build out specs, floor plans, action plans used in modifying or occupying space. Those are things that we can absolutely ask to negotiate over. Another thing that you might see is changes in the working conditions, something as simple as like a change to your work procedures, reorganizations, building security and building access, other issues agreed to by the national parties, which can include changes submitted on the monthly notice. So these are things that you should just keep in mind, So if you're seeing these types of things out on the floor, we just want you to email us. Just send us an email letting us know that they're changing something or they're implementing something. Even if you're uncertain, send it to us. Let us get eyes on it. We'll take a look at it. We'll evaluate it for what it is, and then we'll go from there. So if we believe that negotiations is needed, we'll ask to negotiate with them. And if we believe that it's a de minimis change, then we'll go from there. But we absolutely want to make sure that we're bargaining for the impact and implementation of things. And sometimes that first step, it does rely on the people that are out there, and that happens to be you. You're one of them. So help us. If you see it, just send us an email at the mailbox, mailbox@nteuchapter66.org. Like I said, just send it to us. We'll look it over. They'll get it to me, make sure that we get eyes on it to make sure that we're evaluating it appropriately. Well, on that note, I want to say thank you for joining me for Tuesday Talks, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.